Good afternoon, everybody, or evening. I guess it's evening now. It's after 6 on today is 12/29/2025. How's everybody doing? Hopefully everybody had a good Christmas and holidays and is looking forward to the new year. This is Salvador again, coming at you from Cardinals, STL Cardinals from the Cave. Again, we are St. Louis Cardinals YouTube channel, basically baseball in general YouTube channel. Plan on doing some movie reviews and other things on here as well. Kind of anything sports related, but mainly we're a St. Louis Cardinals baseball YouTube channel. Again, hope everybody had a good New Year's, or actually, sorry, good Christmas. New Year's is until a couple days from now. And then I'll get another day off because I work in banking. I know, pretty exciting, right? So today I wanted to go over some off-season things I expect to happen, recap some off-season moves, and then talk about some key players for the St. Louis Cardinals this year. So let's get it started with. So we haven't had any off-season moves in a couple days since the Wilson Contreras trade. I know they signed another couple minor league arms, but nothing real big since the Wilson Contreras trade. And then earlier, both trades this offseason have actually been with the Red Sox, but the other trade was Sonny Gray for Brandon Clark and Dick Richard Fitz. I think he goes by Dick Fitz, but don't know if I can actually say that on YouTube. So no big moves besides those two so far. I fully expect Brendan Donovan to get traded, preferably to the Mariners. I like their prospects more than any other teams that have been kind of rumored to be around him. Also, I expect our pretty good lefty reliever Jojo Romero to also get traded, maybe even in a package. And then the other big trade I'm expecting is Nolan Arenado. I know he doesn't really have much of a market. Defense is still strong. Lost kind of most of his power in the last couple years. But I do like Arenado as a player. He's just not what he used to be. So I think it's time for both him and the organization to move on. And then let's see here. So yeah, those are. I expect some trades with them going on. With Donovan, for sure. Romero and Arenado. And then I know Heim Bloom came out. I'm loving the Heim Bloom transparency, by the way. I think I mentioned that last video, but loving how he communicates to the fan base. Talks to everybody a little bit more open than Mozeliak was. Very transparent. Like his plan seems really sound for the rebuilding. He's hired a lot of great coordinators and assistant general managers like Rob Cerfolio, Matt Pierpont, great minds from the Guardians and the Mariners. So I'm really looking forward to what they can do. They can work with prospects and some internal pieces at the major league level that maybe haven't reached their stride. Speaking of internal pieces at the major league level that haven't reached their stride, the two biggest pieces on the roster that haven't really reached their potential, I think, are Nolan Gorman and Jordan Walker. A lot of fans seem to given up on Gorman on a lot of social media sites I'm subscribed to, but I think there's something good still left in there. He's had one really pretty good season. He had a 800 OPS with 27 home runs and 400 at bats in 2023. I remember that Red Sox series with Kenley Jansen. He really lit him up. Got the most power potential on the major league roster. Does have a K problem, but a lot of fans overreact to the K problem a little bit. I think he'll be. I just want to give him 1 year with Bloom's guys, see if they can lock it up and then unlock the potential. And if they can't, then maybe it's time to move on. But a lot of fans seem to think trading Gorman is a priority, getting him off the roster is a priority. It's not, and it shouldn't be. He makes like league minimum, and then again, he has that elite power profile and did increase his walk rate last year. And then Walker, he is pretty about maybe 2.5 years younger than Gorman. So he's still only 23. I think his key to success is picking up spin on the ball and reacting better to the off-speed pitches. Um, also, getting a little more lift on the ball, not hitting the ball on the ground so much because he has elite exit velocities on his swings. He just needs to make better swing decisions. Maybe tinker with this stance a little bit. But they did hire some new pitching development coordinators and stuff like that. And maybe they can unlock something. It's too early to give up on him. And then everybody who's wanting to trade Walker Gorman, what are you going to get? Nothing. Like they make league minimum. We're rebuilding. 2026, probably 2027 are both kind of not really out the window, but they don't really expect us to win those 2 years. So might as well hold on to them and see if they can reach their full potential. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about today, off-season wise, is how the Cardinals rotation could line up. I expect there to be a good competition in spring. We got Dustin May, who we signed in free agency to a 1-year deal with a mutual option. He had some decent years with the Dodgers, never really pitched that many, gets injured quite a bit, but has some high upside, exactly the type of signings we should be making, high upside, and then if he's good enough, we can flip him at the deadline for more prospects, or, we could also use that. Mutual options don't really get exercised that much, but we can definitely re-up him for another year. And then, so I think May is going to be in the rotation. Liberatore is probably I guess you could say, the number one starter. He'll probably start opening day. He hasn't really reached his potential either. Pretty decent year last year. 4.2 ERA, pitched more innings in the major leagues than he ever has before. Has some pretty good stuff on some of his pitches, but just hasn't really gotten opportunity. I mean, he's got opportunity, but he hasn't got the opportunity to start a whole lot. I really think he has some more in the tank than he's shown. Then we got Richard Fitts. He probably profiles in the bullpen, maybe a little bit more than starting, but I expect him to get a shot at starting as well. He actually has some pretty good, like his fastball velocity and pitches are a little bit better than decent, so probably could get a spot in the rotation. And McGreevy had a solid year last year for his first season. Probably should have been called up way earlier. They left Eric Fetty in the rotation way too long. Probably cost us a playoff spot if you think about it, but definitely want to see more out of McGreevy. And then Palante is the one I hope just gets a little bit of time to work on stuff in the minors. Maybe he has a bullpen role. His stuff just pitch to contact. It doesn't really work that much in today's game. I mean, you could have a couple pitch to contact starters, but your whole rotation can't be that. And he took a real step back last year, so maybe he can regain some form. But I don't know. I don't know what's left for him. He may end up getting kicked out of the rotation. Then we got Kyle Leahy, who was like our best reliever last year. Definitely has starter potential. Not very old, anything like that. Definitely could see him break the rotation, at least start in the bullpen. Maybe if there's an injury, move him to the rotation, or someone could also get hurt in spring. Happens quite often. Then we got Hunter Dobbins, who we got in the Contreras trade. Started a little bit at the major league level. Again, hasn't really reached potential. So we got a lot of probably a higher ceiling than last year's rotation, if you think about it. So we could honestly be better than last year's rotation. You got Michaelis and Fetty out of there for the starts, and Palante was horrible. So hopefully they can actually just have a little bit better of a rotation. And then probably waiting in the wings a little bit is Matthews. I don't expect him to make the rotation. He might be up like sometime later in the year. And then the other player I really expect he should make the team out of spring. Maybe not. We'll see what happens though. Is our top prospect J.J. Weatherholt, best hit tool in the program, probably one of the top 5, if not the best hit tools in all of minor league baseball. Very exciting to watch him come up and rake a little bit. Very, very good. Maybe not high power potential, but could, 20, 25 home runs could be there. Definitely looking forward to seeing him. And then, so that's some of the stuff I'm looking forward to in spring. A couple months away. Expect some more trades to happen before then. Also, Chaim Bloom came out and said he was looking for a outfield bat with some pop, right-handed. So maybe Tommy Pham might not come back up. Maybe not. But definitely some options out there on the free agent market. So looking forward to seeing the rest of the offseason moves. Loving the direction of the franchise is going so far since Bloom took over. A lot of good moves, good drafts, which they always were pretty good at drafting, even in the Mo era. They were just looking for the wrong type of pitchers, in my opinion. Pitch to contact doesn't really work in today's game. So hopefully we see some steps forward for Gorman and Walker as well. Again, thank you everybody for subscribing. Grabbed quite a few subscribers in the last couple days. Thanks for liking the video and everything. Again, we are a St. Louis Cardinals YouTube channel coming here from suburban Missouri, out in the rural area in the sticks, from my little man cave I have down here. I'll give you guys a show of the front of the man cave, or the main area. This is where right here. Yeah, there's the old cave. Then my wife's got a little comic book cave on the other side of the wall over there, and my cat's room's over there. These are all some gifts I got, not this year, but like throughout my life. Actually, the top one, the Mark McGwire one over there in the corner, that was from my grandma in 1998, I believe, or maybe 2001. One of them. The rest of them are kind of Christmas gifts. And this little baseball box up here, next to the concession thing, that was for my mom when I was like 9 years old. Bunch of gifts and everything around here too. This is the old bobblehead collection. Yeah, I know, pretty cool. There's a couple autographs in there. Bob Gibson, Rafael Furcal, Albert Bosky, and Enos Country Slaughter. A couple gifts over here too. That's my little basketball thing that I try to be good at basketball. A couple things, and this is my tree that I keep up year round, celebration tree. Hopefully, it leads to some playoffs appearances sooner than later. Again, thank you everybody for liking the videos. One more topic I wanted to discuss today, since we're a baseball channel and I like movies. What is everybody's favorite baseball movie? I narrowed it down to like my top 5, maybe top 10. Okay, so I'll go number 1's probably Field of Dreams, which everybody loves. Love Field of Dreams, great story, great acting. James Earl Jones is great in that movie. Tearjerker moments. Just a all-around great movie. Number 2, which this is going to be a hot take, is my second favorite baseball movie is a movie called Angels in the Outfield. I used to watch that when I was 5 years old all the time. With my mom, I'd come home on school on Fridays and we'd watch that and eat hot dogs and watch the movie. It may not be the best like acted and everything, but it's got some good moments in it. It's got the acting debut of Matthew McConaughey in it too, so pretty good company in there. Danny Glover's great as George Knox. So my second favorite baseball movie is definitely Angels in the Outfield. And then number 3, and these all kind of vary in age. Number 3 is going to be a movie called Trouble with the Curve. It's a Clint Eastwood movie where he's a baseball scout. Very good. Very. I don't know if even a lot of people watched it, but it's got Amy Adams, Justin Timberlake. Very good movie. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it, but look up Trouble with the Curb. And then number 4 is going to be. Let me think. I got to think about this one. Number 4. Number 4. Let's do. So I recently saw this movie. It's not really. It's kind of a baseball movie, but it just came out last October. It's too new for me to put it number 1 or anything, but I really liked it. It's called Soul on Fire. It's a movie about Jack Buck and this kid. I believe his name's Kevin O'Leary. It's all set in St. Louis. He's playing with some gasoline on in his garage, and then gets burns to like 100% of his body, and basically a lot of cool things happen. Jack Buck, if you don't know who Jack Buck is, he's one of the best baseball announcers of all time. Cardinals legend, has a statue outside of Busch Stadium. If you don't know who he is, look him up. Jack Buck. He Ford C. Frick Award winner. But he visits the kid in the hospital after someone talking about it at dinner one day, and they start a friendship, and the kid actually loses his fingers, and he has to ride a bunch of Cardinals baseball players to learn how to ride again, and they ride, sending balls back. It's got Ozzie Smith in it for a little bit, the Wizard, the greatest shortstop of all time, Ozzie Smith in it. And then my number 5 is The Rookie with Dennis Quaid. Came out in 2001, 2002, somewhere around there. Dennis Quaid, The Rookie. It's about I think everybody's basically seen it, but it's about a high school baseball coach who used to pitch in the minor leagues, and then he's like 37 and tries out for the Tampa Bay affiliate and ends up making the major leagues at like 37. Pretty good story. If you haven't seen it, look it up. The Rookie with Dennis Quaid. Just wanted to go over some movies, and then I might do a full episode on movies one day, baseball movies. There's a couple I don't like that I don't get the hype on, like The Natural. I know everyone's gonna hate me for saying this, but I don't really like The Natural. Robert Redford's a great actor, but I mean, that movie wasn't really for me. I didn't watch it till I was like 25 for the first time, probably, but it wasn't really. Natural wasn't for me. And then I'm going to hop on here if the Cardinals make any moves or anything like that. In the meantime, you guys take care, and thank you everybody for subscribing. This is Salvador signing out from STL Cardinals from the cave. If I don't get back on here before New Year's, Happy New Year's.